more or less on creating the DAX for some columns, some measures, right? These are all the things we did. So we
Yes.
created measure in Power BI using DAX. So those things are created just to show them how we can get more details from the data or how we can able to write the formula in the data. Right. So any kind of formulas, if at all we wanted to write, how can we do that? Will are we able to do it? All these things we saw. Yes. And what we will be seeing is like we will see, and also we saw how to create a calculated columns and all these things. What are all the things there in calculated column? And also we saw what is the difference between the measure and the calculated column, right? Measure usually, yeah, does not have any physical representation or we cannot see it physically. Whereas in case of new column or calculated column, we could able to see it, right? We were able to see all these things. Yeah, right. So just this is more important. If importantly, we were seeing some of the things like calculated column, which is more needed in order to get the best solution. Then we sometimes also need some kind of an input, right? Like in calculated column, how the things showing. So we can see the physical representation of that, right? Which is where we can see if we do some multiplication between two columns, we were able to see what are all the two things, right? What are all the things which is needed? All these things we were able to understand and we were able to see that as well. That is more important, right? Okay. So then we might quickly go through some of the other things, right? So in DAX is a very huge concept. You have lot of things in DAX, right? We saw what is minimum, what is maximum, what is average.
How to create the calculated column and calculated measure, isn't it? But you mentioned those ones already.
Okay, so I think that should be these all the things we quickly saw. Tax function, right? So tax functions. So these are all the things we saw, right? What is average? What is count rows we saw? What is minimum, maximum? All these things we kind of saw in sessions, or we use minimum, maximum, and all. Now then we will see more on like date function, or sometimes we might call it as a calendar function. Let me load the data. Okay. Now, so why this function is needed, or the DAX, not the DAX, the date function or a calendar function? Why it is more needed is let's understand now. Okay. Now, if you take a look at this order date, let me sort it. So if you take a look at this specific date column on order date, you kind of see there will be some discontinuation of date. The dates are not continuous. So 5, 6, 7 is there. There is no 8. Then it starts again 9, 10, 11. There is no 12. No 12. Again it starts with 13 and so on and so forth. Right? You kind of see that, right? How it is happening. Okay. So 3, 4 is there, 5, 6, and 7 is not there. So what is the intention of this is we need to have continuous dates. Okay, so that is what our intention is. We need to have the continuous dates flowing through. There should not be any gaps. If at all there is a gap, how are we going to rectify it? That is what we are going to see it now. Okay, for that, we need to create a separate table for called as calendar table. So initially, when we were taking the session, when we are taking session, we saw new measure is there, new column is there, how to create. Now we will see what is new table. Okay, how to create a new table, what is important in that. Let's see that. So go here, click on this, click on new table. What I wanted to do, date table. I wanted to create a date table, or you can call it as calendar table. So this is how the function goes. So just remain of the functions. Now you see it starts from 3, 1, 2014, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So initially 8 was not there. Now you see 8 is there. And 9, 10, 11, and 12 is not there. 12 was not there. Now you can see 12 is there. Like that, there will be some gaps in the previous data sets. What we have done is like we have created something like this to eradicate that. Now let's see, I want only date. I don't want time here. So in under data type, Go here, click on only date. Then in just click on, I need this in DDMMYY format. So I have clicked like this. Now I have a date separately. Now what I wanted to create, I wanted to create year separately, month name separately, quarter separate. All these things I have to create separately. Okay.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
So now I'm gonna go to new column and write the function. So whatever I'm writing, it's a DAX function. Okay. So what are all the things we have done now? We did year, we did month number, and month name. Okay, we started with the date. This date we are just splitting it. Like so in this date here we are right. So I'm just taking year separately. Then I have month name. So I'm just taking the month name separately, January, February, or whatever it is. Then I'll also create something called a squee. So it says, like this, maybe I will add Q1 post. The reason to add is Q is like it has to show like this, right? Q1, Q2, Q3, all these things it has to show. So that is the reason we have done it. So we created first a date table, then we created year separately, then we created month number separately, then we created month name separately, then we created quarter separate. So what is quarter? It consists of 3 months, right? So January to March will be quarter one, April to June will be quarter two, July to September will be three, and October to December will be quarter. So if you scroll down, you will see Q1 has changed into Q2, Q2 to Q3, all these things you will see. You got my point?
Yes.
So what we have done, we have created some basic things for what is these things, what are all this quarter can do, what is month name, what is year, all these things we got off saw it so that we can get the clear understanding of the picture, right? Why we need these kind of date table to be created when we have something separately, right? To create something separately, why we are doing all these things? Because if we do like this, right, then only you will have a clear picture of the data. You will have a continuous data. If not, you will not have the continuous data. There will be some issues with the data, right? So let's say create it. Okay, so never mind on that. So just let's concentrate on date. So first we created date. So for that first we created date table. So date table is more important in order to have the things sorted. Now let's little bit format the things. So I'm going to go to here. Click on don't summarize. So these are like quick things, right? So if you click on these things, date, and if you will, this will open, then mark it as a date table. So all these things be done.
So where do I go first?
Go to modeling,
New table, right?
view table, yeah,
Dates.
table.
So with this one, tab does not work.
Created this. Hello.
Yeah, okay.
Have you created this?
Yeah, I'm still busy with it.
I'm still doing that. Okay.
Okay, I've done it.
Okay, so you've done all.
Yeah, I've done this one.
Date you done. Here, see, this is the formula. You can do it.
Okay, so I drag, right?
New column. You have to click on new column.
Okay, yeah, of course, yeah. Table, table.
You have to create new column and write this one. Year is equal to year of.
I'm writing it. Okay, I've done it.
Next, you have to create this one.
Months. Okay, and then I column. Okay, after months, it's month name, right?
Yes, one thing.
Goes for month. The table. Table. Date. Okay, I've done the month name.
Sorry.
I've done the month name.
Then quarter.
Question. Put the table. Okay, I created the quarter.
Okay, so let's proceed. Right. Okay. So any struggles you're facing in this? Any difficulties you face here in this
It was not
calculating on
difficult. It was not difficult. Just that I had to copy it because I don't. You see, within Yeah, I'm trying to understand. It's too much. I have to process it.
Okay. So, yeah, you can do that, right? You can process it. And there is something called as a quick measure, which this will help you to do some kind of a thing automatically. For example, star rate. So if you go to quick measure, right? So the moment I click on quick measure, it gives you some highlight calculation suggestions with the co-pilot or like this, it will give you. So let's say you want the calculations, right? Maybe if you want suggestion, right? That's formula.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
That's formula for creative. Should say what it gives. So like these kind of things also you can do. By default, automatically also you can do it. If not, then you go here. Let's say you wanted to know minimum per category. Let's say this is something you wanted to know, right? So let's drag it and you can drag and drop the value. So let's say I'll drag base value of sales, a category, let's system itself will write the code for us. That's the most important thing to note here. You can see sales max per category, maximum of whatever it is there, it will give us. So for example, now if I build this one category, so probably put what is this name max per category? Sales max. It will keep only the maximum sales here. So you see, these are all the maximum sales that are kept. It will keep only the maximum sales from the entire data set. So these kind of things can also be possible in Power BI by using quick measure. Quick measure, what is quick measure? It will help us to auto-generate the DAX formula for us.
Okay.
You understood? System itself will automatically create the DAX formula for us if something is needed. That is on one point. If you need that, you can probably use that option. It's called as an quick measure option in order to get the output. But it is a predefined one. Only certain things you can do there. So if we go here, average per category, variance, maximum, like these are all the things you can do, but not the entire thing. Like you cannot do multiple other things here. So that is one point to note as well. So you see a lot of things happens here, right? So you need to kind of see the things that is keep on adding for us. So whatever you need to do, eventually do it very quickly. So these are the options you have filtered value. Then difference from filtered values, say of plans. Okay, so these kind of things you can do within Hotmail. So you can probably try creating a quick measure using quick measure. Okay, go to quick measure and create randomly some function what you needed and let me know what you get.
So when it says parameter is required, what is parameter?
Parameter some kind of values. It is looking for some kind of values there.
So do I have to load data for this to work?
You have to load the data, obviously, yes.
You can see, right?
So you have to bring in some order values, some when you drag and drop some values.
Like dates.
No, don't add date. Don't. Base value like some kind of a numerical value like sales, quantity, like that. Add something like that. Open the order, open that, and you should be able to.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Okay.
Now category, put some region, put region.
What else am I supposed to do? What else am I supposed to do here?
Okay. Now you see that right on your left hand side, the quantity kind of tax has been created, right? So
Okay.
you can use this for some kind of an showing some kind of visualization. You can use this for some visualization in order to get certain output related to it. For this, you can do instead of you writing manually, you can do these kind of things to make your working easier. That is the end goal of this.
So this one I created now is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So what you have to do right now, create a table visualization. Click on table visualization there. You have it on the right hand side. I will annotate. This is one I have created. I have annotated. You see this one. This one.
Which one? This is, let me see which one is table. Okay.
Click on that. Yes. Now
Okay.
drag and drop the region, customer name, and the tags you created, the formula you created.
That's quantity and region, right? Right, it's smash there. I want to keep it just easier. Okay. Characters are so small.
That's fine. That you can make it big later.
Okay. So it's a file like this.
Okay. Create some more, no? Some other calculations. In above, drop down, select something. Under calculation itself, select some other minimum. Put average per category. Create
There is still quantity and region, or can I take some?
some other thing. You can take some other.
Okay, product and product name. It's done. Okay.